that week off?
Yeah, I think there's a few things that go into it. I think you get ahead, but not too far ahead in the game prep. It's not an off week, so I appreciate you saying it's a bye week. There's still many things to do. Everybody has their own domain that they need to kind of work on. But coach, we're out recruiting. You got to split kind of time up and get away from the family a little bit and do the recruiting piece of things. So in season, it's a multitask for 4 months. You're coaching, a lot of our coaches have families, then also you're recruiting. So to balance those things, it allows us to balance it a little bit better when you're not practicing, 5 days a week when you only have 3. So a lot of those guys got out and we're looking at future Eagles at some point. So getting ahead is good. It provides us an opportunity going into this week to be a little bit more fresh, not as long maybe early in the week. That bye week always presents a little bit of a breather to a sense, but there's always things to do and things to be done. So I think we've done a good job of that, and this will be our first big one. We prepped yesterday, we practiced last week, but it was a lot of fundamental work last week in the bye week. But this will be the big one. Tuesdays are always kind of the base days, if you will. So watch these guys fly around here in a few minutes will dictate how much they rebounded from having time away, which is necessary.
I guess the biggest question, with that bye week, what is the health status of your starting quarterback right now?
Well, the next probably 48 to 72 hours is going to be big. I think there's a legitimate shot, just prognosis-wise, that we might have his services on Saturday. But it all kind of, like any player, any position, depends on what they can get out of practice. Because I have a hard time, no matter who you are, not practicing during the week and then showing up on Saturdays. It usually doesn't go well. You have to have some college game speed during the week to be at your best or near your best on Saturday. So hopefully we get some reps out of him either today, tomorrow, or Thursday to give us our best chance on Saturday. But we talked about it a week and a half ago that Jared Taylor filled in amicably, did well, changed the game plan a fair amount to be able to utilize his services and in that short amount of time, knowing that we weren't going to have Keikoa or probably weren't going to have Keikoa. So we did some things differently. That was necessary. Coach JB did a good job getting everybody on board and directed the same way. And so if we need to go that route, we will. We have plan Bs and plan Cs, but right now we're leaning on plan A, but we won't know probably till Thursday.
When it comes to you guys as a staff, how much smarter do you think you guys have gotten over the years? How to handle the bye week when it comes
That's a trick question.
When it comes to giving them the work that you still want to give them, but also giving them the rest and relaxation that they do need.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting because I don't know if smarter is the right word. I think networking is probably the correct word. Every team needs something different every year, but the one thing they do need all the same is some time away. So some guys talked about fishing, some guys talked about golfing, some guys talked about going home, seeing families, taking their mind off of football because a lot of our guys are in their first or second year. We got a fairly young team, so a lot of these guys don't know what a college season really looks like, let alone feels like. And so you're 5 games in, but you're really about 11 weeks in when it's all said and done. And that's a longer season than most high school seasons. So it's different, but it's important to kind of get a pulse of your team. Usually we're a helmet only during bye week. There's no need to bang in bye week. You want to keep as healthy as you can. If we lose guys over bye week, then we'd have to restructure some things, and that's something we keep our mind on. But at the end of the day, we want to stay as focused as we can, get enough practice as we can, but not overdo it to get a feel like they're rebounding, being able to do some things they don't normally do in their very structured week, because what they do is unprecedented. Student athletes, there's a lot more that goes into it than most people think, and so you've got to give them time away, and especially in season, it's important to catch up on some sleep, some nutrition, and relationships. And so we'll see how it goes. It's not going to affect the outcome of the game, but it will show us how we rebound, like I said, going into practice today, seeing how much we can then get refocused on the task at hand.
Obviously, Jared played great against Idaho. How much, I guess, does that instill confidence that he can compete and can, give you guys a chance to win if Keikoa can't go?
Yeah, I think results drive believability in anything. If there's no results, you can teach it all you want, but if there's no results, it's hard to get on board over and over and over, no matter who you are, whether it's a parent, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a coach, whether it's a teammate. It wasn't beginner's luck. That's who he is. He's a competitor. He's going to find a way. He played very, very fearless, which we anticipated. That's what people do when they're prepared. And so I do think it just showed what we already knew. Like I said, post game against Idaho, we already knew that. It just now is a matter of everybody seeing that when they keep score. And so it wasn't an aha moment for us. It might have been an aha moment for people outside of our four walls, but it does give you an upper hand, knowing that your two can come in and not just function and not just be a game manager, that he actually can compete against one of the best teams in America when given about 48 hours to prep. So that was fun to watch. Now we expect more. Like anything, the more you do, the more that's expected of you. But at the same time, we're excited about the growth Jared has had before we got to Idaho, and now he's grown that much further because of those 60 minutes.
Coach, Idaho State is a little bit more feisty, scrappy than I think the record shows. What kind of challenges do they present to you guys?
I think it's always easy to compare teams to records. I think whether it's good records or average records or below average records, I think that's the easiest thing to kind of compare one to. I was in the CFL 16 years ago for 1 year, and I'll never forget one of the teams we played, one of their members on the team after the game, we went out and had post-game dinner with a couple guys on both sides of the team, and I'm new to the whole equation. Said, "God, you're the best 2-4 team that I've ever been around, or ever seen, or ever watched, or played against." And I didn't know how to take that. Like, is that a backhanded compliment? Is that we knew we were going to get you, but you are 2-4? I mean, your record is your record. First year coach. Coach Hawkins is trying to put his guys in position to win. Everybody wants instant success. Instant coffee isn't always the best coffee. Sometimes delayed gratification is the best way to go do it. And so records aside, they're playing at home. Always been a tough team. Tough out of home. Always been. This will be double-digit times going to Pocatello for me. And every single time it seems like it comes down to the last series, or last two series, or last quarter, or again 4 to 6 plays throughout the course of a game. Their quarterback's playing confidently. They're spreading the ball around. Their defense is unique. They present difficult challenges because, like Luke said, it's not a 4-man front, which we've seen the first 5 games of the season. They're an odd front, and they'll bring things from different perspectives and kind of challenge you to run the ball because it looks tasty to run the ball, and all of a sudden everything closes up. So we're gonna have to be patient in everything we do. We got to keep hold of the football. This is a team that's trying to find their identity in their first year as a head coach, and so he's got a week to prepare, extra week to prepare, much like us. So I'm sure they will have some unique things that they do that they probably put in last week to try to take advantage of some things. At the end of the day, we got to stop the run. And I know they don't run the ball on paper very much, but if we allow them to run the ball, this is gonna be a long day. And so we've got to make them earn it and make them do things and be uncomfortable. A part of that is taking their run game away, which they haven't done a ton of, but we've allowed the public to see that we got exposed a little bit last time out on this field.
I guess my last one for you, Coach. You mentioned wanting to see something more. Is there a possibility we see Jared in short yardage situations, things like that, with the way he was able to play Saturday?
I think you earn reps based on your resume. I don't think that's out of thought. I think that's a good thought, whether it's you, me, or Coach Chapin. I think the lean would be if it gives us the best chance, then we'll do that. How much we do or if we do it is kind of up to Coach Chapin. Situationally, it might present itself. So we've got to be smart about those things, but we can't overthink things either. Just because it worked against Idaho 2 weeks ago doesn't mean it's going to work again in Pocatello against Idaho State. So we'll try to see some things that we think we can exploit, things we can take advantage of, and if that's with Jared, we will. If that's not with Jared or Mike for that matter, we will. And we got 3 guys that can win games, and so we're excited about that. And so the ability to put multiple guys on the field or a guy in a situation is something that only gives us an upper hand because it determines that the team we're facing has to prepare for more. So the more explosive we can be, especially in situations that are odd situations, the more they have to prepare for, the more they have to spend time on it, and that provides a small advantage to us.
Thanks, Coach.
Cool. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.